Hi, Hispanic Heritage Month is a nationally celebrated month recognizing the contributions of Hispanics in the United States. It is celebrated from September 15th to October 15th.
We really just want you to be really proud and to really embrace the values and the traditions, the language, um, and we want to take this opportunity to celebrate this month, but we also want to extend it throughout the year. And what Francisca and I are planning on doing is forming a Latino club. Again, just to create a space for students um, of Latino backgrounds, just to get together as a club, and maybe we can meet like once or twice a month, and really work on activities and really celebrate that. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to the Daily Morning Claw. Please introduce yourself.
Hi there. My name is Mrs. Ganotra. This is my second year at IMS, and this year I'm one of the sixth grade ELA teachers. My parents are originally from Mexico, and so when folks ask me to identify myself, I would say that the way that I would introduce myself is Mexican American.
All right, what are some of the celebrations you remember growing up as a child and
hmm
even now?
Yeah, so there's like a lot of celebrations. I think as part of the culture, one of the main things is that we always had things like carne asadas, which are like barbecues. And the point of that was just being around family and just having food and then like breaking bread together. Some of the bigger celebrations that I remember was having my quinceañera. So for those folks that don't know what a quinceañera is, that is when a girl turns 15. They get like this big party. Family, friends are invited. I think for my quinceañera, there was about 200 or 300 folks that attended. It's like a really big deal in our culture. And so that was really fun. I got to ride in like a limo. I had like there was like a mass portion of it where I attended mass. And then after that, there's like cake and like, again, the big dress, and just like one of the big things my family did was like the live music, having banda there, which is a type of music. So we had that going on. Other things that I would say are like at regular birthday parties, we had things like a piñata where you break it and you have candy. Like big things that my parents did were like the bouncy houses, which I think are similar to some of the American traditions. And then again, there was like a real push for like having homemade food. So even to this day, my grandmother is like, we will not be catering. It's always like we make the food. So that's some of the traditions that I remember growing up.
That's awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Daily Morning Qua. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name's Horacio Valdez, and I'm one of the counselors here at IMS, and this is my second year.
Okay. And what do you value most about your culture?
Um, there's a lot that I value in our culture. My parents were born and raised in Mexico, and then when they married, they came into the United States to work. So I identify myself as a Mexican American. Um, they came into the United States, and 11 of the children, we were born here, and we were migrant farm workers. And like I said, what I value the most, there's a lot of things, but what I value the most is growing up as a migrant farm worker. It seemed like we were always together as a family. I mean, we were together from sun up to sundown, and we went out and picked fruit. And it wasn't until later that I realized how special that was the family was always together. If you can imagine, mom, dad, and 7 or 8 of us out in the field. So we, like at 10 o'clock, we would have breakfast, the coffee and the tacos and such. And then about 12 or 12:30, we would have lunch, and then we were done working maybe 5, 6 o'clock. So we were always together, and that's what I remember. And I started working, I think I was like 8 years old, and I continued to work until I was out of high school. And even a little bit when I was in college, when I would go back in the summers, I would join my family and we would work. So that's what I really, really value. And I think that we've lost a little bit of that as a family, is that nowadays, very seldom do families eat together and are together. So that's something that I really, really value and I really miss. And even to today, we are really, really close as a family, but I think it was because we were always together growing up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Daily Morning Quad. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Francisca Mejia Campos, and I work as a family liaison for the Issaquah School District. And I am here at IMS every Tuesday morning, and I identify as Mexican, as I was born in Mexico and have lived here since I was 7 years old.
Which Latino/Latina has inspired or motivated you the most?
The Latina that has inspired me the most is Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. She was the first Hispanic to become the Supreme Court Justice and only the third female to do so. So she has inspired me a lot because she grew up in a low-income housing in New York. Her father passed away when she was little, so she was raised by a single mother. And through her education, she became what she is now, and she shows me that through education anything can become possible. And even if you're in a bad situation, even if you think that you don't have enough money or that you have so many barriers, she has shown me that that's not true, and that with perseverance and most importantly with an education, you can achieve anything.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to the Daily Morning Quad. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Mrs. Stevens, and I am the Positive Behavioral Social Emotional Support Coach at IMS, and I run the Panther Store, and I'm kind of in charge of making sure that the culture at IMS is safe and consistent and a predictable place for kids to learn.
What would you like our Latino students to know while they're at IMS?
The biggest thing I want them to know is that IMS is for everyone, and I really want our Latino kids to feel good about where they come from and their culture and their celebrations and who they are, because every piece of them is so wonderful, and the depth of their experiences and their families add so much to this school, and we absolutely treasure their presence here. So I want them to be so proud of who they are and to know that we are very, very happy and proud that they are here.
Thank you.